Okay. Living.com. Did I mute the thing? I am here to hit the like. If it doesn't register the like, then that I just hit, then that's a YouTube problem. I'm gonna go do investigations. Muted. No, I wasn't here. What are you investigating? What? Wait, am I unmuted now? Hang on, let me check. Test. Okay, looks good. I hope I'm unmuted. OBS says I'm unmuted. I'm gonna assume I'm unmuted until I watch the stream back to see if I was muted, and the entire thing is completely silent. Oh, you can, okay. Investigating the file transfer protocol. Want to get into it? It's important. Okay! And you investigate that, I'll investigate this this shit that is not important. FTP. That's what I was saying before, but I remembered what it meant and wanted to say it out loud so that next time I'll remember what it means too, until I remember what it means so hard that I can say FTP in peace. Fireworks display will be held at night at Mineral Beach. Okay. And then that's the last holiday. So we gotta go check and see if we can... Oh yeah, and the watering can's in the shop. So... FT peace! Oops. Goodbye to all of those crops. They are Dunzo, Rip Bozo, L ratio, corn. However, okay, how should I do it? I'm going to save a state here. Because I think I saved yesterday just in case something bad happens today. I suspect it should be that we go to the festival and then that's where we can save a state because we'll get to talk to all the different guys and whichever one... Look, we don't have to invite him ahead of time now. I don't think. It would have fucked up because the chicken does not produce an egg. The timing on that event is bullshit. Very unfortunate. I should have shipped the gold one. I guess I'll ship this one too. Wait, what am I doing? We've taken care of the animals and it's relatively early in the day. I suppose I will save a state. Let's go see if we can find a dude and ask him. Let's see if we ask him now or ask him later. must be like a must be like a regular festival day. I'm probably not gonna do anything with that. I just wanted to pass some time until it's time to walk to the beach. And even then, it would be nice if they had the person, like when you walk into the square and Tomas is like, oh, we're setting up, come back at 10 a.m., you know, if there was an option to be like, oh, let me help you set up, and it's like, oh, really? Okay, fine. And, you know, let the player know that That's gonna pass time, I guess. Like, you can have in parentheses something like wait till it begins, or like help set up till it begins, or whatever, you know. Okay, I'm going to save another state. I don't remember what this one was for. I'm gonna save it here. Might have been a mistake. Oh well. Anybody over here? No? Okay. Mm-hmm. As opposed to fireworks on the ground? Alright, we're gonna probably do this in reverse order so that the last guy I see... I think I'm gonna... Kai's progressing decently, so I think I'm gonna choose Rick, because if we choose Rick, the sooner we're done with all of Rick's events and see all his shit, the sooner I can sell the chickens and it'll make time pass faster, because I want to take care of them every day. So maybe we should save Rick for last. But the guy I know for damn sure doesn't need any help with his heart is fucking Cliff. Oh. Oh, do you not get to choose? They sure do. Uh-huh. That's kind of weird. I mean, I had a yellow heart with Cliff. Well, there's literally nothing I could have done differently, I guess? Was I supposed to ask the day before? I thought I did talk to somebody the day before and it was normal. Oh, well. Uh-huh. Okay, well, I guess you don't get to choose. Like, I guess it's not a romantic festival in the girl version. Kinda weird. I mean, I guess that's fine, it's just kinda like, huh. Maybe they didn't wanna... I feel like it wouldn't be hard, because like, you could... maybe it would be hard, maybe I'm mistaken, like, you've already got the framework for the event for 5 different NPCs, just swap out the text in the model and the who you talk to for the trigger. I don't know, huh. Maybe I don't know. maybe that's intense and grueling work that simply cannot be accomplished. Oh, I forgot to ship those. I should tie it in with the stuff again. Netusma, Netusma, hates women because, women aren't supposed to ask men to do things. That's, not allowed or something. It really feels like they were just kind of lazy and didn't want to program in the new dialogue or something. Honestly, it makes me... It puts me in this state of fever dream where it's like, am I misremembering the event? Like, you are allowed to ask a girl to watch the fireworks with you in the boy version, right? That's not something I just imagined or dreamed. That's real, right? Fucking Natisma. How we doing? Getting there. I'm starting to think they slowed time down for this version. Like, it's not even noon yet? No, there's a time difference. You know, I never noticed it. I don't know why. I was just thinking, boy, it sure feels like I'm waiting a really long time in this game. A lot more than in... I remember running out of time constantly for shit I want to do in Back to Nature. There's no way. The time has to go slower in this one. Did I read that somewhere? I feel like I might have read that somewhere. Or... I don't know. That feels like a fucking halfway between like a... It must be that way and a memory unlock, but I'm not 100% sure. What? Oh god, what was that? Why? Is the 25th a holiday I didn't know about? Hello, Rick. Fucking hurry it up. while I wait for Kai to come out of his fucking hut, the FTP server probably just doesn't belong to us. Whoa! But, huh? An ironic twist of fate. I'm sorry, Kai, I didn't mean it. He doesn't like eggs. Unbelievable. It reminds him of Rick. Yes, it is squatting in our data center. It's on your shelf! Physically, how doesn't it belong to you? Who put it there? How do you not know who put it there? I mean, not you in particular, I just mean like anyone. You know? What's going on? Oh, it's locked because he's still working on the stuff. Ah. I'm gonna get one of these because I think they're repeat harvestable. And then maybe I'll plant one of these. Oh god, never mind, it's kind of expensive, I give up. Not that one. Some other time, dickhead. Where's these grow? Okay, you say that, but what season does it grow in? Maybe it's hothouse only and he just doesn't tell you so that you'll buy it and not know what season to plant it in. Unless it grows in all seasons? Let's see, well, it's just a guess, but I've seen it get done before. The state does this shit. They'll bring their thing that they own and stick it on the network because they need a reliable way in. Something about this doesn't seem very safe. Like, for security purposes. Doc, bro, please. You gotta get up to green heart level. We have got to trigger that cutscene. Alright, probably one more day for the thing. Let's see, how much lumber? 3, 3, 6. We need 420 for the first chicken coop upgrade, at which point we can get the Rick Blue Heart event, question mark? I don't remember which one we're on for him. I think it's Blue Heart. Are there more? Hang on. Ooh, how cute! Okay, there's 4 tree stumps down there. Is it worth getting to them? Shit. That's probably enough wood for one day. No! No, that is not what I wanted to do. Ah. So, am I like... am I retarded, or is it like if you don't water crops, they just stop growing, but as long as you're in the same season, they don't wither? Is that how that's always been, or is that... do they just make it easier for the girl version or something? It's like... these crops are hanging on... I've lived my entire life watering my crops obsessively because I'm worried that they'll die. There's definitely games that they die in, like... I guess when you don't have a season for them, like in Save the Homeland, that makes sense that they die. They wither. I could have swore, like, in Back to Nature they'll wither if you don't water them. Even in same season. I don't know. Actually. Ooh, my favorite. And then I go see Kite. Well, first I guess I'll water this stuff, because he's not gonna be out till 1 p.m. Man, I need Tuesday to come because I want to deliver good news to the wrath of the Planning Commission. Holy shit. I can't believe you've said some shit. You've set everybody on the path of destruction, and you're not gonna fucking say shit until Tuesday! I'm distraught. It'll be fine. The fuck is that animation? Shit. Boss told me not to talk about it. At least you know. I mean, I think I know. I think. And it's like, man. But maybe, like, man. I'm not gonna talk about it. Oh my god, Ellie, what? Are you gonna ask me to eat a sandwich? This is just... What? Lady, the poll voted for me to steal your man. Are we even friends in this version right now? Like... Are the girls' heart events tied to the boys' heart levels? Like, what? Maybe, I mean, I don't know. It's really cute. It's very nice. It's very nice when your gal pal comes along with some snacks and is like, hey girl, wanna hang out? I made these. And it's like, aww. You did that for me, my friend. But it feels weird because I barely know Ellie. I haven't really talked to her that much. I don't really, and I'm stealing her dude, so... Game? At least you know. His words were, tell no one. And he said that he was going to tell the party in question on Tuesday. He actually opened it up with the budget passed, which I want to see the budget. So wait, oh, I understand. They're keeping the budget secret because of this. What do you mean, gay? Oh yeah, it is Pride Month. I mean, I don't know. I would honestly see it as being the devs just left the fucking thing in or like misattributed the affection level to the current heart, like the heart meter, but it's on Doctor now, right? So at this heart level, this is still tied to Ellie, or maybe they just... I don't know. I'm supposed to go give a fucking flower to Kai, I guess. It's like, it would be nice if she was just showing up to... But like now, there are people who will swear to God that this is a clue! Ellie is gay! Or like, okay, but like Anne came by, Potpourri comes by and gives you an egg out of nowhere, blah 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 blah. It feels like their events are either just timing based or literally tied to the heart meters still, and they, you know? Like, out of all of the girls, actually, I think Ellie is probably the least gay one, because she is the one who most openly joneses after a dude, right? She is active. She is active joneser. Oh my god, excuse me? I'm stuck. When the code gets so spaghetti that it's progressive? Yeah. But I mean, you know, girls just being nice to each other. The weird thing is her saying there's no one else I would ask this of. That's weird. I just got here, right? I've literally only spent about 56 days in this town, right? And I barely talked to you except once where I'm like, I got a paper cut. It's excruciating! That's like all she knows about Claire. And she's over here like, I would never let anyone else eat my cooking ever. Maybe that's like, actually, it's like backhanded. Maybe she's actually being real, like, Oh, I don't want to inflict this shit upon my actual friends, so I'm, you know, because I don't care about your opinion. You're some nobody newcomer who's gonna leave soon, probably, whatever. I'll ask you. We could read whatever the fuck we want into this, but honestly, it ain't. I don't think it's that deep. I think it's Natuzma. I think it's Natuzma. It's either timing-based, we get recycled boy events that now recontextualizes these events. These aren't hard events, these are just friendship events. Which is fine, because, you know, yeah, you're right, Natuzma. Natuzma's right about one fucking thing, finally. Building a friendship is definitely foundational to having a good relationship. At all. Ooh, tomat. Alright, hang on. We're gonna go brush the horse. He's doing okay, I guess. Anyway, I'm totally fine with the Ellie event. I wish it was a little more... Maybe I have a friendship with her that I just don't realize I have, because when you go to festivals, it's supposed to raise all of the villagers' heart meter a little bit, so I have heard, allegedly. Doesn't seem to be working on Doctor very well, but to be fair, he doesn't show up for a ton of festivals. He shows up for a few, but like... I feel like he's been the most absent out of all the bachelors, except, you know, Kai. And I don't know why Kai starts at fucking... Like, Kai showed up at... Oh, I don't have it with me. Oh, fuck. Well, whatever. Don't care. Like, Kai shows up out of the gate with a fucking blue heart for some reason. Maybe that's the joke. Maybe Kai shows up with a blue heart because that's how he is with all women. Fucking, I don't know, man. Oh my god, please! Just give me a- wait a minute, no, I can't do that. My brain just starts to, like, want to do symmetrical patterns, and sometimes it... it starts to... Usually I find the stairs before it gets that bad. Long and hard about it. Wait, the code gets spaghetti gets first. I thought long and hard about it and concluded that it's not just that Donkey Kong reveals that Mario lives on a hollow Earth. It's not just that Donkey Kong reveals that Mario lives on a hollow Earth. They did it. Mario has the deepest lore. It must have eaten something. How goes the harvesting? Decently! I got my golden watering can and now I can really fast track towards, heart levels. Ooh, a waterfall. It ain't nothing? It's not just that Donkey Kong reveals that Mario lives on a hollow Earth. they did it. Mario has the deepest lore. It's not just that, it's... I thought long and hard about it and concluded it's not just that Donkey Kong reveals that Mario lives on a hollow Earth. It's... oh, it's that they did it. It's the quote-unquote deepest lore because you dig. Oh, the joke is that the ages-old meme of Mario having deep lore. Ages-old meme? I was just expecting something to come after that. It's not just that, it's that, right? That's usually how that gets set up, and I guess my brain didn't parse the cadence of that well. It's not just that it did this thing, it did that thing. And I'm like, what do you mean? Like, what's the that thing that makes it deeper than Hollow Earth theory? Sorry, I was writing the fucking sentence and got interrupted writing it twice. By who? Pray tell! So my brain quit working. That's happened to me hella before. I thought you might just have meant more. Okay, no, it's okay. I understand. 100%. They've revealed that they have the deepest fucking lore. Hollow Earth Mario World is real. Alice in fucking Wonderland looking ass. Deepest lore has been a Mario joke for forever. I mean, we say it's a joke, and it's not that it's a joke. It's that, I mean, it is it's kind of a. Yeah, it's definitely a shitpost, but it's also like, hang on a second, wait, what did they mean by this? Unless? Because it basically has no lore at all. It's just whatever crackhead shit they came up with for a game. Unless! Wait, did I bring anything for his ass? I did not bring anything for his dumbass. Nah. Wah. I don't know what he likes. Aside from pineapples, and bitch ain't getting pineapple from me. That shit's expensive. Ooh, green! Green, green, green. That means Wednesday. Green, green, green. Alright, we can bump a fucking checklist off the checklist if we just... Woo! Okay, I gotta go give this to... Gray. Wait, fuck! Trees. Let me in! Deepest lore, because it basically has no lore at all. It's just whatever crackhead shit that came up with the game. But now we have been shown that Mario lives on an infinitely expansive hollow planet that has a sky on every subsequent layer. It's like Alice in Wonderland, right? Magic Koopa exists. Why does it gotta be like it's fucking magic, dude. It's just fucking magic. They live in like fucking circus carnival trick magic is actually just real, right? That they live in that world. I'm gonna get that tomato. Meh. motherfucker has been to entire universes of flavor without ever leaving home. As far as we know, fucking outer space is just down there too. Pauline thinks she came from the surface, but the surface itself is a lie. Can't wait for Super Mario Beyond the Ice Wall to release in 2026. Look. I don't think Alice in Wonderland is such a hard fucking concept to grasp. I know that, like, the point is that Alice in Wonderland is nutty. Everyone's mad there. The world doesn't make sense. Why is there a sky? You fell down a rabbit hole. But, like... I guess there's, like, powers. It's like getting a feel for the latent power scaling in a fairy tale setting. You know what I mean? And, the fact that there's sky in these magic rabbit holes, the fact that there's a sky when you fall down one, that's like the least of my fucking concerns right now. If Pauline was a child when she met Donkey Kong, what the fuck is going on in Jumpman? Like, we've seen the promo material and, you know, DK Smash My Bananas. They're friends. They are friends with each other. So does this recontextualize the old lore, right? When you said that this was going to destroy some autist somewhere, it was me. I was that autist, right? What does this mean? Is the original fucking game just a big misunderstanding? Or what? Like, is it a joke? Is this how Pauline and Donkey Kong and Mario all met? Is some big fucking misunderstanding about, like, oh no, I gotta save that lady, and she's, no, I know him. I know the gorilla. He's with me. And why is he throwing barrels all over the place? No, it's annual barrel hopping festival. I don't know. How does this so, like, okay, you're freaking out about the sky and the underground magic hell dimension. That's normal. That's just, what do you mean? The shit you can't just explain away with it's magic is these fucking people already knew each other before the events of a previous title. How does this change the relationship? How does this recontextualize what was happening? Is it an alternate timeline? Is it a time travel story? Is it... do we get out of the fucking rabbit hole and it's like it was all a dream? But it wasn't a dream. Does everybody get amnesia? What? How are you gonna do it? How does it work? How do you recontextualize this? Ah, corn! Alright. Corn. Last corn of the season. Should I ship it or should I make chicken feed out of it? You know, I'm gonna make chicken feed out of it. That's it's just less having to listen to Rick's mom talk about how sick she is. Motherfuckers went to entire uses of flavor, blah blah blah. Pauline thinks she came from the surface. I can't wait for Super Mario Beyond the Ice Wall. Sharkleberry Fin. Donkey Kong smashed his girl. What? That's a child, sir. I understand Alice in Wonderland. I just think it's funny to say that the Mario universe takes place on a flat, hollow Earth. The Mario universe takes place on a flat, hollow Earth. That is definitely a new... Yeah, I like that. I'm keeping that. Throw. looks vaguely. Okay. Now we have to upgrade it once for this one. Okay, and then for these, about the same. Ooh, have not been using it. What do we got? What do we got? Okay, 3. Which means it's Monday, so when it's Wednesday, I gotta go hiking to make sure nothing awful is happening. Get back in there, chicken. Shoot! We can prioritize Rick! Alright, and then I'll come back and deal with the fields so that we can do the house upgrade, so that maybe we get this game done by next summer. Which, if I can get rid of the chickens, which means I can get rid of Rick, then it should go fast, I hope. How much wood do we have is what I wanted to check. 6. Okay. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Wait. Okay, hi Bacchus! How are you? I think I might have missed some interesting dialogue. Oh, about video games, or? Oh, we're talking about the Mario Donkey Kong. The implications on the fucking lore. Serenade's caught up in the fact that he went down into a hole and came out of a hole, and that hole's in the sky, but it's sky. So, like, you go underground and there's sky underground. What are the implications for the fucking lore? And I'm like, that's baby shit. That's Alice in Wonderland, right? The real implications on the lore, fucking Donkey Kong knew Pauline when she was a kid. What the fuck does this mean for Jumpman, right? Like, you can just say Magic Koopa exists, right? Magical fucking Star Dimension realms exist. Magic fucking exists canonically in this fucking lore. The going down the Alice rabbit hole is nowhere near as unexplainable and baffling as Pauline already knew Donkey Kong. They were literally friends. Why did he fucking kidnap her? What does it mean? Unless this is a different Kong. Are there multiple Donkey Kongs? Is this Son of Kong? But, the play now apparently is Mario Universe takes place on a flat, hollow Earth. Riddle me that one, Batman. I think it probably recontextualizes the kidnapping thing. I think it would be funny if DK, like, can they recontextualize it as, like, Pauline's like, no, we were just... When are they gonna make, the Jumpman, the reimagining, and they're going to explain, actually, Donkey Kong and Pauline just hang out on Wednesdays, and Mario's the one that misunderstood. Rick! Come back, Rick! I don't understand why they didn't give you better dialogue. Him another egg. Hurry up and get to yellow. What do we got? I did not get anything for gray, so we will ignore him today. Doctor is way harder to... Brother needs to... Might have gotten salty. Maybe she friend-zoned him. My brother needs to date within his species. I'm here to give you a present. No, stop! Dialogue! The only thing, you know what? They could so like just fucking ROM hack this game, make the dialogue instant. All dialogue instant. Please. It would improve the experience by like 12,000%, I promise. Already had this goober theory about how the OG Donkey Kong is cranky now and OG Donkey Kong Jr., who no longer exists, is Donkey Kong. Dude, they might... Wait, but Cranky Kong is in this! So, like, if Pauline was a child when Cranky Kong already existed, Cranky Kong can't have been OG Donkey Kong. Let's see, maybe she friends. You know what? I should include nonsensical lore like that in my game. Fair. The never-ending cycle of Cranky Kongs. Oh, it's like a title. You hit a certain age and you become the next Cranky Kong. You take up the mantle of Crank. Alright, Tuesday. Alright. Our onions. Yum. I think I'll do 4. I'll just do 1 of each. That should be enough for the next season. Because I don't want to sit around buying flour and making friends with the harvest sprites for a million years. It takes too much time, and I don't think I'm gonna need... Oh, I don't remember what the house upgrade is, but I don't need all the cooking upgrades or anything. It's exactly the same as in Back to Nature. I just need the thing that can trigger the heart event. I should have done this before. All Donkey Kongs eventually metamorphose into a Cranky Kong. The cycle. Considering all these weird Donkey Kong villains they're introducing, if they end up doing a reimagining or some shit, it'll end up being something like, oh no, there was a little tiny brain control microchip somebody tranquilizer darted in Donkey Kong's the base of his skull. And that's why I went crazy and started doing stuff that doesn't make sense considering the new games. Then again, he's a giant gorilla, so I guess sense, quote unquote. Who cares? I care about the integrity of Donkey Kong's character. I believe in him. He's a probably good-ish boy, I think. Maybe. Yeah, he's never done anything completely nefarious. He just wants people to stop stealing his shit. That's his whole thing. If I recall correctly, that's his whole deal. But I don't actually know or care that much about Donkey Kong lore, despite pretending to on the internet, on TV. Whoa. I'm watching a little of the footage of Time Stranger gameplay, and compared to Cyber Sleuth, there's just an unfathomable level of shit on the screen at any given time. Oh man, it's gonna be overstimulation game for me. Fuck. Will I be able to play it? Not in terms of menus, just people. Well, in this case, Digimon. Jeez. Like, you have your squad following you around, and you... and then... like, the whole squad? Wait, is Agumon always loose, or is he, like... I wonder if you get to choose if you want to display your whole squad or not, because that's 4 Digimon following you around at any given time, right? Well, I guess they always had... You know, Cyber Sleuth was able to handle that shit just fine, because sometimes it would be like, it's always your whole squad, which is 3 dudes, and then like Nokia or whoever's following you around for the story segment. So it's not like it's new or anything, I guess. Agumon isn't with them right now, it's Minervamon? Okay, but quest companion, all, like... We've always had one. Cyber Sleuth was able to do that, no problem. So I get it. Oh wait, no, there he is. Jesus! 5 Digimon following you around at any given time. 5! Where's Rick? Rick! Where's Rick? What the fuck? Rick? Appropriate. Where's your brother? I'm going to kill him in Minecraft with eggs. Where the fuck is Rick on a Tuesday at 3 p.m? Oh, there ain't no fucking way. Let's see, okay. It's your squad and of 3... Oh, it's your squad... It's your squad of 3 guys and Minervamon and Agumon and the other girl and the billion extremely animated fuckers. Tragically, you can't talk with some of them and they seem to have no collision, but they really stepped up the "this place is lived in by a lot of things" feel. Yeah, I don't mind that. I think the way PSU did it was pretty cool, how, like, there's the idea of people, like, there's generic civilians walking around in the distance. You get close to them and they kind of, like, become transparent and then completely disappear when you get close to them. But it does give the idea, like, the feeling of the place being lived in. It's kind of like, what can the console handle or the rig handle, while also giving the, like, the feeling you want for the area or the setting. I think that's, I don't mind shortcuts being taken like that. I don't even, like, it's not even like a shortcut, it's like just a method of getting the idea across while working within your constraints. I think that's fine. The people in the real world did that, yeah. But they were also, like, barely animated. Well, I mean, in Cyber, it's nothing new. I'm used to it because Cyber Sleuth has precedented it, that there's just, like, dudes standing around that you can't talk to. The reason I was mad at Fantasy Life doing that is because I don't remember Fantasy Life 1 doing that. I could be wrong. But it's also kind of weird because the placement of dudes in Fantasy Life I that you couldn't talk to was like, there's just this guy here on an island who looks important in the middle of, you know, an island in the middle of a fucking thing, and it's like, well, okay, well, why can't I guess he's just here. Okay, I guess he's just scenery. if Fantasy Life had dudes you could not talk to, they were so tucked into the cracks of populated areas, maybe even in locations you couldn't actually access, that I don't fucking remember them existing. They just added to the atmosphere. If, like, because I do remember, like, the towns seeming like they were pretty well populated, but I thought one of the things was like, you could talk to everybody. Like, everybody in that fucking game has a name somehow. Everybody has something to say, and it's usually funny and kind of interesting. That was my memory of Fantasy Life 1. Could be rose-tinted, I don't know. But I don't mind it if it's precedented and it's well done. Like, if there's just a ton of fucking people on the screen, like a shit fuckload of people on the screen, and I can't talk to some of them because they're just a bunch of milling, faceless NPC in a crowd, it's like, oh, okay, I get that. That's understandable. If it's like one fucking dude on a single island at the end of an archipelago and he's just standing there and I can't talk to him or interact with him in any way, that's a little bit... that's different. So it's like, yeah, I think the way that NPCs you can't talk to being implemented, I think the way they are implemented really affects things a lot. I think it's very important. Cat, okay, I don't see. Oh, where could Rick be? Okay, there's Jeff. People in the real world, but they were like barely animated. I know there were a lot of people just standing around. God, even the sky is full of Digimon just flying around. Okay, but does it look cluttered or does it look like... I don't want to shit on... maybe I do want to shit on Xenoblade Chronicles too. It's him. Oh, he doesn't have anything else to say? Unfortunate. Where the fuck is Rick? I don't remember Xenoblade Chronicles 1 having like an overpopulation of creatures issue. Like, shit was generally well spaced out. If you wanted to traverse this fucking giant field and not have to fuck with shit, you could find a route that let you do that. And then in Xenoblade Chronicles 2, I remember running across a field and fucking Territorial Rothbart with Wings edition just landing on you and killing you instantly in like the starting area. Shit did not feel well gated. So, and also it did kind of seem like looking at the countryside, like they had their whole like look over this field, Breath of the Wild reveal of the countryside you get to explore moment. There was shit everywhere! I might be misremembering it, but it just was like, wow, this feels kind of crowded. And it's like, I like it when there's a lot of stuff, but I also... if an area is supposed to feel kind of like... open, I guess, I don't want there to be a ton of shit on the screen. Like, I want there to be... quiet and still places. So I don't know. When you say a ton of shit, I get worried. What if it's too much shit? What if it looks cluttered and jumbled and wing? I haven't been looking. I don't really want to get spoiled though. I don't think it's gonna be bad. I think they'll do a good job. I'm scared of getting my hopes up too high. I don't know why. I know why. But it's Digimon, and Digimon's never betrayed me except for all of the times the anime sucked. See? I'm scared! Also, the baffling choice between Digimon World 1 and Digimon World 2, when Digimon World 2 was not even... do we even get to call this Digimon World? Call it something else. Anyway, I'm scared. but not too scared. I'm hopeful, but I'm not just hopeful because I've suffered too much. I can't just hope anymore. Hope does not spring eternal. The fact of the matter is, we found the source. I'm stuck. God damn it, Natuzma. Why did you make it this way? Why did you make it so the horse can fucking skirt past me in a 1x1 pixel, but I can't fucking... You make the horse have a hitbox like this, but you make eggs fucking singular pixels, okay? The horse, the thing you cannot walk through, has the massive fucking hitbox, and eggs, something you can. Barely fucking can't even. Oof. I'm Natuzma. Just fucking Natuzma suffering. Paused on a frame here where Revolmon is about to rob a restaurant. No! There were around 20 visible Digimon here, and it's kind of like Where's Waldo, because if I stare hard enough, I'll find some other guy. Holy shit. I think I'll be posting the results of the Fighter Ranger list poll I've got so far later today on the server. Ooh. I will vote if it's a thing. Or if you need me to make a poll, or if you need me to change a permission or something. I can do it. Ah, my hiccups! Okay. Now we save a state. Now we go Joan. It said the afternoon, I think. Wednesday, Green Heart. Afternoon, Mother's Hill. I believe are the parameters. So let's chop wood until noon. And by that I mean I'm gonna go check right now just in case the afternoon thing's wrong. Hello? Huh? What? Huh? Uh-huh. Wait, this is your Blue Heart dialogue. Did they not give you new dialogue for your... Is he... I forgot to boil my eggs! Why is he so upset? Why is he so mad about that? Boggles the mind. Ah! Wait, what's going on back here? Okay. I can't go back there, never mind. Later today, although I didn't get an answer from the narrative girl yet and didn't ask a bunch of people I wanted to ask yet also, but you'll have to participate. Ranger Enjoyer, yeah. I sent you the screenshot. It's basically like this everywhere in the slum. I like the Doraemon digging in the fucking dumpster. I wanna see. Wah. Alright, let's take a look. And also continually try to... I have to look in a minute. Is the clock still running, or did time freeze? The clock is still running. Alright. You'll catch a cold. I think is the bad answer. I just want a fish. The man just wants a fish. What a response. Let's see. Oh, this looks great. What is he doing? Wait. Hang on. What the fuck, Terriermon? What are you doing here? What is he eating? Oh my god, it's Rat. Why is Revolmon robbing a fucking restaurant? No, wait, what? You said Revolmon's about to fucking rob a restaurant. Fucking little fucking... he ain't about to do shit. Fucking Gargamon's... You call that a knife? Gargamon pulls out his fucking Gatling arm. Hey, it's Garbamon. Oh, there is a Doraemon in the dumpster next to Garbamon. What's the UFO catch doing here? He's just here. Mochimon! It's so blurry, it's hard to see. Because it's a screen cap, you know. Oh, I like how they live in fucking warehouses sometimes. Or not warehouses, shipping. This town's made out of shipping bins. Oh, that's cute. Everything's written in digicode! What does that sign say? It's written in digicode, I can't read it. And I think somebody's in the way of it, but I can't tell who they are because they're really blurry. Ghostmon or something, I don't know. Who's that? Is that Arachnamon? Arachnamon, and she's next to something. And that looks like somebody, but... Oh, wait! Is that Betamon? It's not Madoki Betamon. I can't tell. It's me, I don't know the difference between these two fucking dudes. I like, let's see, appropriate sizes, let's see, Burby, digging the the appropriate sizes is also great. I like that Chumon is this hideous little midget next to the very large Gargamon. Yeah, Gargamon is surprisingly massive. I'm not sure why he's so big. I'm fine with it, like I don't care, it's fine. But yeah, everybody being to scale is nice. Although, Digimon have an excuse to be variable scale because it's all data. It's not like, well, you see, we breed toy, we breed toy Whalmers here in London. I don't remember which. He's fine, he just wants a fish. Oh my god. He is dedicated. Alright. I'm pretty sure the correct choice is to be like, I'll help you catch a fish. I don't have a fishing pole with me. Why does he- What the fuck are we doing? What a thing to say. Swoon! What a thing to say. Swoon! It seems like forever since I had this much fun. He wants a fish, so he jumps into the water and tries to fucking tackle a fish? That's the fucking event? That's it? Not allowed back in the water to catch that damn fish. I guess lucky neither of us got eaten by a fucking kappa, because one lives there. Is that it? Decide today that... Ladies, get you a man who wakes up and decides he wants to catch a fish with his bare fucking hands. But like doesn't gives up before he succeeds at it, I guess. I don't know. Whatever the fuck just happened. Let me check something real quick. Oh. Alright, we did... what was it? Green Heart event. Green Heart event completed. Okay, next will be Yellow Heart event Wednesday. Yellow or orange, question mark? Okay. Blue, yellow, green, summer, in. That's all it says. Summer and in for the next one for Kai. Maybe the talking to somebody twice actually really makes a big difference. And like, cliffs are just so short and sweet that like... oh no. Oh please God, no. Hello? I mean, luckily. Bruh. B. Okay, let's... wait, what? Since when did I get 4? Well, shit. Alright, maybe I'll just go order the chicken coop today. Fuck it. Wait, it's 5K, right? Oh, I can. Okay, you got that. Yeah, okay. Maybe we can start working on Rick's events. I fucked that up. Thought that was the 6th one for some reason. Miscounted. Oh well. Huh. Alright, that was a bit worrisome. Alright, for the millionth fucking time. I'm gonna save after this. Maybe I just need to, like, not go into town. What? Oh my god. No! Alright, hold on. Stopping it. Restarting it again. I wonder why that's happening. If I have to, exit it and try again. Well, there's at least that save data, unless it gets corrupted, in which case, that's right, we're gonna cheat! I have zero qualms if this fucks up for all the time I've spent on this fucking game in Netuzma to cheat. And it'll probably just be like an infinite money and lumber cheat so I can quickly get back to where we are. Yeah. That gamer boy is back. Hello. Oh no. Yeah, right on time. You cursed me. It's you. It's a boy in the girls only chat cursing the stream. Ah. All right, this was the fireworks festival. So let's load this state and see if it's this state in particular that just causes fuck ass to happen. Let's make a diary entry in a different slot, just to see, you know, if it has anything to do with... We'll do another space, we'll do one here. Alright, it is fall. What do we have? Music festival, okay. The 9th is Harvest Festival. Ooh! 13th moon viewing. Purchase the dumpling mix from Jeff. Oh no, but I don't have a kitchen. Do you motherfuckers expect me to have a kitchen already? Unfucking fathomable. Horse. Unbelievable. Oh, good. Yeah, I wasn't able to make it to the end to try to trigger your green heart event. Dickhead, sorry. See you next summer. Huh? Goodbye. My final oh no. My final message. This fucking look at his smug fucking ooh. Why does he make that face? Make him stop. Why does he make the dumb fucking idiot face? It's like, brother. It's the face that says, that's right, it's me. I'm the one that didn't flush. It's such a... like you thought you did something, but Brother, you surely did not. It's such a face. Oh my god, Juan! Hello, Juan. I do have a dog. How much is it? Oh, that's cheap. Yeah, okay, sure. Where is my dog anyway? Oh, right, I put him in the barn. Oh man, he's probably a skeleton by now. Oh well. Alright, we're gonna do 4. Ooh, apple. Forgot about that. I'm dipshit. Wow, okay. Well, I don't know why I said wow, that's not a surprise. Alright, let's see. I'm gonna plant some bell peppers and then I will investigate chat real quick. Hang on. POV me yesterday. You were a girls only stream yesterday? No, this guy showed up and saw girl only and thought it was girls only, so that like boys aren't allowed in the stream. And he apparently searches for live streams that say girls only, and he goes in them with the username ThatGamerBoy, and he dares them to ban him or something. I was gonna troll. You two are supposed to have a troll off, I guess, but unsuccessful. Go ahead and post your shittiest opinions at one another. Nah, just spam poo emojis. That's how the angry vegan guy does it. Don't post racism, TM, or else Fen will get banned for your bad behavior. I mean, yeah, let's go somewhere empty to fight. Wait, my stream chat. Alright. What am I doing? What am I doing? I'm gonna... Alright, I need to plant the bell peppers first. That's right, silly girls. I'm a boy gamer. Don't hit on me. Wait, okay, so like, the obnoxious girl way of saying stuff is definitely like, that's right, silly boys, I'm a girl gamer, don't hit on me. How would a guy say it? Because they wouldn't say it the way a girl would say it. They would say something like, that's right, ladies. I'm a dude gamer. I'm a boy. I'm a manly gamer. I don't know. Some kind of fucking extreme cadence. Hi, MK! Let's see, I don't get it. Are you like 14, that gamer? Oh no, it begins. Uh-oh. Bockass! I told him, listen, he said I will troll the vegan guy or something like that, or maybe I should go troll vegans or something. I will spam I eat meat and like meat emojis and stuff like that. And I said, nah, I don't think you can... I don't think you can do worse to that weird vegan guy that shows up once in a while than Bacchus does. See, although I do have a history of having Discord profile pictures and about me's that are just to provoke people to ban me. Are you like 29? They would say the same, wait, they would say the same way the difference would be the crying parent on the background? Oh, they'd say it the same, oh, I get it, I understand. It would be said exactly the same way. Oh god. Anyway, what am I fucking doing? This is bell pepper, right? Alright, yeah. We're going to plant these bell peppers. There's no tell from behind. My eggs! Rick likes those, but honestly, fuck that guy. What? You bitch! Get back in there! No! Bread. Bread. All subsequent fucking horses named Bread. In this format. I don't know, I think this is the last time we're visiting the format where the horse constantly escapes. Or that it's a pain in the fucking ass to move animals around. You know what, I shouldn't say that. It can get worse. Man, I just paused my RF game. I planted sweet potatoes on all squares of the field. Okay, this doesn't bode well. Now I'm suffering having to spend 75% of each day harvesting and watering them. Yeah. In Factory 1, do the animals help harvest? Are there animals that help harvest? They're probably not very good at it even if they exist. It's kind of like, I don't want to do large-scale planting until I have the, like, unless the harvest sprites are available to help me. Like, I've positioned everything and built them up, which I'm not doing in this one because I'm only going to be updating the chicken coop, I think. Fuck. Let's see, having a job moment. They do, but I'm not sure how they work. See, hang on. Mushroom. Let me boil these eggs. Brain. See, I want to upgrade my house to be able to start crafting, but it's super expensive to do so, yeah. I kind of wonder, like, what's the optimal route? Obviously, if I was playing off-stream, the optimal route in this one is to plant a shitload of turnips and buy flour every day and make friends with the harvest sprites and make your field as, like, big as possible, harvest as much as possible, you know. Start harvesting crops because it really is actually the fastest way of, you know, sleeping on building relationships for a while. But the point of this is to, like, see the relationships, and I did not realize that we're gonna need a house. But it's like, I don't know, I feel like the time investment in doing it that way is arguably not even that much. Well, it depends. Man, if I was playing this by myself, I'd be doing it differently. Way more boringly, way more setup. Oh shit, hang on a second. Where's my phone? Okay. That is not a number I recognize. Chicken coop. Okay, so the game has me kind of scared of going into town. I'm gonna... Okay, Rick. We'll be able to progress your heart events as soon as Guts is done with that chicken coop. Guts, look, I caught a thing. Oh. But my chickens. But my cows. How can you not? Okay, a Harvest Moon character. This is how you know that they washed out now, is that a Harvest Moon character now has an animal that's a favorite that isn't a cow. Bubble Cow is now the favorite of every fucking character in the entire game. My source is I made it the fuck up. Ah, just like his alternate dimension daughter! Oh, fuck! Harvest Moon 64 should be first. You know, you're right, I should have connected that. Harvest Moon 64 should be most prominently in my mind at all times, you're right. Too bad you can't bring him a dog and force him to marry you in a day, you know? You're right, that is a shame. Oh yeah, I forgot to go buy seeds! Hello, dog. Oh god, he was like laying on his back. I was like, oh man, did he actually die? What a thing to walk into. Good job, dog, you did it. Is the dog better at bringing the ball back now? Yeah, seems like it. Can I throw it? Oh god. Alright, good job, dog. You did it. I'm gonna throw that, and good luck. Alright, I need... probably actually to put this up for one day, because I'll go by... oh, it doesn't really matter, I guess. Too bad you can't, blah blah blah. When I was looking for verification about your Princess Vanilla story so that I could back you up versus MK, who did not believe it. No, I think MK just said he couldn't believe it as in, like, not that he doesn't believe it, but that this shit's ridiculous. Like, it's hard to believe, but honestly, we've seen enough at this point. I think MK can believe it. I mean, I don't know. A good thing for you to, post the lore, I guess. It's good to re-verify it based off my fucking memory. It's better to see what actually happened. I came across a Reddit post where someone wasn't just like me for real. They said that they hate that Harvest Moon 64 died so that this horse shit could live, and they can't stand to see these ghouls pretending to be lovable characters. And Captain Cope came by and was like, I just convinced myself that they're different people entirely. I mean, yeah, they're supposed to be different people entirely. That's my fucking criticism, is that Mineral Town could have actually been good, right? And wouldn't have desecrated the memory of Harvest Moon 64, who was actually, character writing and setting was actually good, by these fucking, these unfortunately, like, half-baked, shittily written, dragging half of a fucking other character along behind them as, like, fucking baggage that clashes with what they're supposed to be now. They should have been their own characters. They should have been new characters. They should have had new designs. They shouldn't have, like, taken the cast of characters from 64 and just fucking put them into a blender and scrambled all of the connections and the shit that made sense, right? The family resemblances and the fucking what outfits they're wearing and what they're designed to be doing. Like, you know, Barley's supposed to be running a fucking tea shop. Who decided that this geriatric old guy is going to be taking care of an entire fucking farm of cows and a small child all by him fucking self, right? It's weird. I couldn't find Rick's teleporter, but the unused text dump was definitely that you go around town and the girl that likes you most will turn you back into a person. Rick does have an ice cream machine that never made it into the game. You put milk and egg into it and it makes ice cream. Huh, interesting. I'll have to look into it again now that I've remembered, actually, because it might have been a fever dream, but it was real enough to me. If I can't find it, I'm just gonna have to accept, holy shit, you know, what the fuck was I smoking? But I could have swore... Maybe it was just somebody else's speculation I was reading, like at 3 a.m. and a million years ago. Hello? Doesn't Princess Vanilla also have, like, dialogue, there's, like, associated dialogue files with her from other... What was it? Some other stuff. Sure, I will participate in the music festival. Mm-hmm. Uh-huh. Okay. Okay. Pardon me if it was rampant speculation as to what the fuck. I will, update. I'm gonna go look for it. I want to know. I want to remember. I checked it on the cutting room floor. There's not a lot of information, but it shows her sprites and a bit of text. I find it fascinating. It would be fun to see where they could have gone with the extra content if given the opportunity, when there was still soul involved. Like, I know a lot of the drafting stuff is pretty goofy. Like, the guy that, you know, the comic book guy, Igusa, goofy ideas. Like, he's got silly manga, but a lot of the ideas are also, like, really good. And, like, I don't know. I'm not sure if he's a Kevin or if he's, like... what's the wackier stuff, like... Oh man, I don't know how to feel about the wackier stuff. Like, do I want this to stay grounded, or do I want to go all in on the fucking ice cream teleporter machine theory? Like, you know, would that have... I don't know. How far is too far? How do I feel about this? I definitely would have wanted Harvest Moon 64 to get all of the love and attention it needed to be a fully mechanically complete game. Shit! I want to talk to you while you work on my chicken coop. You haven't even started yet. Oh, there you go. Alright, now the work's moving along well. Oh! I guarantee it? You're gonna like the way it looks? It's like, I whatever weird you'd get turned into a turtle shit happens. I absolutely 100% would want Harvest Moon 64 to have been able to be feature complete so it could shine in the sun just as much as the feature complete Mineral Town, which became more popular because, let's be real, it's fucking feature complete. It's easier to play, there's more to do. There's like a system that kinda... a system of understanding how the fucking shit kinda works. was instead was help. Wait, what? What did I say? Did you say it? Find it fascinating, still solo. As long as it's extra post-game content, I don't mind the more fantastic themes. Aliens. I guess it's good that Harvest Moon 64 wasn't some kind of flawless game and was instead, I'm gonna say some kind... Wait, was kind of like... And instead was kind of like some kind of cryptid in-game form. I mean... No, I think it would have been nice if Harvest Moon 64 had, whether it was because it was too difficult to work with the framework on the N64, like Natuzma and Marvelous just weren't that good at dealing with the N64's framework. I think it would have been best, and to this day, I think it would be nice if via ROM hacking or, I don't know, whatever the fuck, somebody reimagining it or them eventually... Like, I don't know. At this point, I don't think them remaking it would make it better. I don't think it would fix anything. I think I'd be angry. Unless they actually kept all of the dialogue in, right? They don't skirt around the shit that made that game interesting. I think it would be nice if it was feature complete. I think it would be nice if you were able to cook the recipes. I think it would be nice if, I don't know, there were more than... I think it would be nice if the crops were more crops and not as many, like, is it, like, if I remember correctly, the crops are severely lacking in that game. There's supposed to be more crops in that game. There simply are supposed to be more. Yeah, I think it would have been nice if 64 had been polished and feature complete, and its variety channels had been correctly translated and implemented also. Like, I don't think it's better. I think we could have had something good, and Harvest Moon would have gone down... If it was gonna go down a dark path, it was gonna go down a dark path anyway. Whether or not... Can you really, can your chest out proudly proclaim that it's better that the Mineral Town shit has been remade 7 fucking times than it would be that, like, if fucking, 64 had been remade 7 fucking times, right? If it's identically the same fucking game on the Game Boy, except with, like, more, because back when they iterated but made shit a little bit better, right? That would have been nice. And then... They fucked up Story of Seasons Mineral Town anyway. They would have fucked up Story of Seasons 64. They would have fucked it up. So, like, who cares? It would have fucked up at the exact same place, probably in the exact same way, whether or not 64 had gotten enough love and attention to actually be a polished game. So, I disagree. But... And I wish that we had a polished 64. Because I really like the setting and the characters! Imagine this guy in a straw hat. This is the Harvest Moon end content that I want. Oh my god. I feel like is there something to do with aliens and Innocent Life? I feel like that's gonna be, doesn't that happen in a Harvest Moon at some point? I don't remember. If it had been any better, I would have insisted on playing shit like Wonderful Life and Magical Melody. Uh-oh. And in that timeline, I either have my soul crushed entirely or I end up gay. No different to this timeline, actually. He made the joke, so I didn't have to. Yes. If there is, I didn't get there. I don't know what I heard in context. Like, there's a UFO mentioned. I don't know if it's big plot related, but I feel like Innocent Life, it's called a futuristic Harvest Moon, and this is like, it's an even, like, I don't know anything about Innocent Life. I haven't even seen screenshots. I think I saw like 1 or 2 the other day. I don't remember. Like, does it look like a DS? I don't remember. I don't know. I think I heard someone talking about how there is an alien thing an event that can happen in Innocent Life. But I don't know what. It's just that aliens might be confirmed. I don't even know if Innocent Life is part of the Harvest Moon, like, we're gonna consider it part of the Harvest Moon multiverse, the universe, whatever the fuck. aliens might be confirmed or talked about or cited. I don't know. But somebody, somewhere on this earth, at some point in my life, has mentioned aliens and Harvest Moon Innocent Life in the same breath. That is all I know, somehow. The Japanese title is Shin Bokujo Monogatari. So yes, it is Harvest Moon. Innocent Life is more Harvest Moon than Rune Factory, but it's not very Harvest Moon. How Harvest Moon is it? Maybe I should just skip DS and go straight to... I'm so curious about Innocent Life, dude. I have not fucked with the controls at all. Testing DS, anything. I've been embroiled in Sims. I really need to send you, Serenade, that stuff so you can set the thing up so I can inject those textures into Fantasy Life, because I said I was gonna do that, and I'm gonna do that because I said I was gonna do it. I keep forgetting what I'm supposed to be doing. What I'm supposed to be doing is going and buying seeds. Big fucking idiot. Again. Let's grab the other seeds. Fucking eggplant, and then I'm gonna need to be chopping wood. Alright, let's... Gotta go to the church today. wonder who likes apples. Can I add that to my rotation? Wait, does it say anything different about... Oh, fuck. Man! I could've swore you know what? It's fine. It was me. I wonder if Rick likes mushrooms. Maybe I'll try to give him a mushroom instead. Oh wait, it's Saturday. It's the music festival. I can't give anybody anything. Never mind, I'm gonna go ship it all. List status posted. I will check it momentarily. I gotta remember how many times I've chopped this log. I gotta chop logs. Let me see if I grab my phone. Since we're waiting for this stuff anyway. Kung Fu Panda. What? Arthas! Yeah. Titus. Wrong Titus. Oh, Zoro. What the fuck? Alright. Puss. Puss. Damn. Discord automatically, What's that? It turns those into, like... I don't know what it turns those into, like dot, like, the dot. Which is really weird. And the point is to just compile all the names that vaguely associate with the title. Oh, it numbered it. Weird. Every time I try to put a dash down, it'll like... It turns them into bullet points. So it's kind of weird. Alright, I think 6 p.m. is when we're supposed to be. Let's snoop in the graveyard. I don't think there's anything really to... The center one is the... Mayor, 13th Mayor, or whatever. Yeah. Like, I don't know half the names on the list, but it does kind of strike me that the Ranger Specialist category seems to mostly be characters that... Not mostly, like, there's a ton of characters here that it's also like, yeah, I see that as a specialist, but they also do direct combat rather than indirect combat, so it's like, I don't know, definitions feel a little bit wonky to me. So it's hard for me to get a grasp on it. Is it 6 p.m.? Okay. 6 p.m. is when it unlocks. I'm going to... I guess I'll talk to everybody. The Master? What Master? Who? The Master told me to come. Pastor Carter also told me to come. He must be in the oh, it must be like the terminology, the Master of the Inn. It's Doug. Everybody has one dialogue. Spoiled? What? Sure. Did I mess up and not come early enough, or...? Oh, okay. What's her animation? Oh, no. Oh! Oh, God. Completely... God, she looks so different. I'm sorry, she's just... completely different fucking game she's from. She's too shiny. There's too much contrast on her. She's not desaturated enough. I don't know what it is. It's just there's no definition, that's the point. Whatever distinction there usually is arbitrary or very minimal. My big fucking deal is if you're gonna have two classes of physical dickhead, and you want the categories to be super broad because your warrior category is super broad, and the other category, well, what's gonna make the other category different? Well, the main difference is warriors are direct combat, the other category would therefore be indirect combat. And, half of these people just being able to walk up and use their rapier or whatever. I mean, yeah, that's a specialist kind of thing, but how is that any more... how's that any different from, like, I guess it's because it's a lightweight weapon? Like, maybe weapon weight then becomes the differentiation, so warriors carry heavy and medium heavy weapons, and specialists and rangers carry lightweight weapons, but then like, what do you call someone who carries the fucking ballista, you know? Maybe it's like a Venn diagram of what creates a specialist in that case. But like, if you're gonna do it specifically, the biggest differentiation if you're only going to have two categories would be direct versus indirect combat. And I'm probably too strict for any of that to be fun when I make rules for myself. I done did it! He done did it! He done dong dang dog did it! I want to find the essence of who people associate with these words. I did not save before going to bed, and after harvesting and watering the whole field, the game rolled me a storm. Oh. What makes the two classes distinct? Shoutouts to this era of Harvest Moon animations. The previous era. Would you want not to be able to use a rapier and always have to do the mental gymnastics of how not to touch anything first all the time? To me, being a ranger or a specialist means you're probably doing a surprise attack or striking first from a distance. You're doing indirect subterfuge, some kind of pre-laid stuff. You're not like, warriors are for direct combat, specialists and rangers are for indirect combat. That's the distinction. So yes, if you want to be a specialist, maybe your brain should be more in use more of the time. Yes, maybe that's the fucking class you chose to play. Rangers, however, just shoot bow. So if you want to do indirect combat but not think, be a ranger. But that's the distinction for me personally. And I think that warriors can get sneak attacks, but probably way less reliably. But I don't know. There's probably a ton of crossover when you actually get down to the nitty-gritty of the classes, and you can't actually distinctify warriors and specialists, because at some point, and even wizards, because at some point you have a fucking spell sword. So ultimately it's probably a Venn diagram, but I think if you want to like yeah, I think classes individually, but the essence of like a direction, its extreme for rangers and specialists would be indirect combat. At a range, or setting traps, or from a distance, or subterfuge, or, you know, orchestration otherwise of a situation. That's just me. And the strictness with which I gate myself on this is probably not fun or something, and people probably don't like it. So there's also probably a lot fewer options if you're being strict like that for the subcategory. So it won't be even with how many different types of hit with stick you can make. Shit. And definitely not as many as how many types of magic category exist. Go get food. I guess you can classify how many different types of hit with stick for each weight class is how many type of gun or bullet for, or bow or type of arrow or projectile for regular pew-pew class. Maybe it does even out in some ways. Of course. Oops. Oh, fuck. The only problem that I have with this distinction is that a warrior would also use a bow if needed. See, I have a problem with warriors using bows. That doesn't fit your class description. Sounds like you're just good at everything, chosen one. Sounds like you're just... In that case, warrior using a bow? Wow, that's just Link. And somebody put him in the specialist class. Wow, that doesn't make any sense. It's like, okay. That means Link should be in the warrior class, not the specialist class or ranger class. Put that up. So it's already like, yeah, it's already there. The conflation's already there. Warrior would use a bow if needed. If people don't think it's fun, they can choose a different class, but still, the feel of the character should be immediately understandable based on what most people expect. In fact, there are many stealth characters on the list. Yeah, I think stealth... See, that- but like stealth... I guess that's where Puss in Boots like kinda... It's like the only character on the list I recognize. Check me out. I guess... Well, it's kind of weird. Like, Zoro and Puss in Boots are definitely... I guess maybe you could consider the goading or the taunting. But, I mean, they go head-to-head also. I think... See, there's so much conflation. I could... I guess you could call... Well, it's indirect. They don't have to do it indirectly, but I guess it's, I don't know, highly encouraged maybe would be the idea. I don't think a Zoro, Puss in Boots type of character is that much of a thinker. I don't know, I think they're supposed to be that much of a thinker. I think it's like, it's fun to characterize them as a guy who just has insane luck stat and just, oh, charismatic, oh, that worked out well, haha, and it's charismatic because it's kind of like, oh, haha, but like, no. With that build, maybe be pre-planning, like, you know, have the escape routes mapped out, plan where your ambush point is, plan your escape points, it's, you know, plan to get the first strike, it's... Feels like something like that, and especially because if we're talking about fencing with, like, fencing rapiers, right? Rapiers are not... God, rapiers really are a specialist weapon, aren't they? Because you're not really gonna do any damage unless you manage to fucking stab somebody in a critical hit location. Like, I guess I see that, but also you probably don't want to be rushing into face hit. I think an ambush would be better for a rapier user, or much tactical positioning and environmental advantage. So I guess I see them as a specialist, but people treat them like a melee warrior class. They are melee, so... I don't know, it feels like a conflation on that one. Link, I have no fucking idea. Link just does everything, so he's in all categories. He does it all. Potpourri, what are you doing? Do you have special dialogue for being all the way over here? Nope. Okay. Many stealth characters on the list, and the Rangers think first opinion was already voiced. You're not alone. I don't think a Zoro Puss in Boots character is that much of a thinker. I think when you are more the more technical your consideration is and the lower your defense and HP stat, the more of a thinker you generally have to be strategically. That's the point, right? Guy with big fucking muscles and high defense, the point is he doesn't have to think as much because he's not gonna die as quickly. He can stand to start thinking when he's in the middle of the fray. He can think later, right? He has the fucking, the bank account. He has the blood in his body. He has enough of it to spend on that risk. The only thing he has to fucking consider is there a fucking wizard around that could just blow me up? Because generally warriors tend to be like weak to that kind of thing, but that's the meme, right? That more warriors can think on their feet or later because they're bulky enough to survive a couple of hits, right? People who are not, like wizards and fucking rangers and tacticians and specialists, are not bulky enough to survive a fucking hit, so they need to think ahead a little bit, unless they are, as the charming stereotype tends to be, super good at thinking on their feet, because they're just that smart. And I'm not that smart, but I prefer that class. So thinking ahead is indirect thinking ahead, environmental advantage, tactical bullshit. That speaks to me more as ranger and specialist. Preemptive strike, subterfuge, ranged, whatever, you know. What was I gonna do? I can't remember. I think I was supposed to— oh yeah, I'm trying to— okay, Rick. Focus on Rick. We gotta keep an eye out for grapes, because grape harvesting is going to happen this season. Different lists because different people put them there. It's been a long while since I watched Zora, but this type of character associates with slaying a noble who slightly disrespected you. Doing everything is another conundrum of this distinction. Well, there's some characters— okay, here's the thing. I wouldn't put Link on either list. I would not put Link in this— Link doesn't belong in this discussion because Link does everything, right? There's characters that very obviously conflate both of these types of mechanic, because they're the only character you play in the game, and therefore they have to be able to do everything to engage with all the different things that the devs wanted to put in the game. And it's fine for somebody to be a generalist. I would classify Link as a generalist, neither a warrior nor a ranger or a specialist or whatever the other thing on the first category was, can't remember. You know? What was it? Fighter, mercenary. Yeah, I'd say he's everything. He does everything. He doesn't belong on either list. To my knowledge, Geralt probably belongs everywhere too. I don't know anything about The Witcher. I've never played The Witcher, but apparently he uses magic. I think he uses, like, what was it, a crossbow? Does he use ranged weaponry? I don't actually know, but he definitely uses melee. And I don't know, I just kind of think he's a generalist. He doesn't belong in the wizard category, the ranger category, or the warrior category. He does it all. That's... you know? Most of these fucking characters are a Venn diagram of aspects from different classes, in my opinion. Different list because it's been a long time since I watched Zoro. Doing everything is another conundrum of this, because Conan the Barbarian also does everything, including stealth, apparently. Yeah, it's like... I think it's a lot harder to hard class named characters, personally, because I don't know. There's like, it depends on what genre you're going into. If you're going into this is a main character and their adventures genre, they're probably going to be a generalist so that they can have a bunch of different adventures. They can go do everything, right? But for creating in a fucking world or a game or a setting where classes are what's important so that everybody can have a legally distinct job and have teamwork be an important focus, it's different. It's different than all of these named characters that go on adventures and have their tales and their stories, like Puss in Boots and Zorro and Link and The Witcher and all, you know, the assassins from Assassin's Creed. These characters, because of the merit of being a main character that a story or multiple stories follow, these characters are more likely to be generalists, in my opinion. And even if it's like, they're, okay, so like, okay, he's 70% sword, and he's only about 15% this, and then 10% that, and 5% mage. I suppose at that point, maybe you'd like to try to start quantifying the amount of what each class, like the amount he uses of each class, or maybe the amount of reach he has in each class, and then you can make a generalization. You can put him into the class that the mechanics rely on the most. Or that he expresses the most skill set or like-type behavior of the most. Which, it's impossible to do that for something like Legend of Zelda and Link because everybody plays the game different! Unless it's, like, constrained. I guess in, like, Ocarina of Time, you would say Link is a generalist who is mostly a warrior, because 90% of the time he is fighting shit using his sword and shield, right? And that's, like, 90% of the time. Maybe 80% of the time, and 20% is the bow, because it's really useful. But, like, he's mostly a fucking warrior in older games. And then newer games, when it's like, oh, if you allow me to fucking do it, okay, most of the like, if you make shit killable with a weapon that isn't just the sword, yeah, then maybe he branches out into being more of a generalist, but it's a little bit hard, right? I think mostly he's a fucking warrior and then largely a generalist, but I wouldn't call him a specialist. I wouldn't even call him that much of a ranger. He's especially in games where they let you do something besides use the bow and arrow to shoot the eyeball that switches the lock. But distinctly a generalist, mostly probably a warrior, like a knight or a swordsman. It's his official title. Actually, that's really funny, is that his official title's swordsman, and then somebody put him into ranger. I guess maybe if you're playing, oh fuck, you think that counts? All right, you know, I'll spend 10 G to make sure a chicken doesn't get sick. It's worth it. I guess it's more like when they give you options, yeah, he's way more of a generalist, but I don't think he specializes anything, because if we're talking about like Link to the Past or the Game Boy games, it's like, okay, yeah, you use your sword and shield way less in those, but you know what do you primarily use in those instead? It's up to the player. I use the seed satchel, personally. I fucking love the seed satchel. The seed satchel's my favorite, but some people's favorite shit's the ice rod or the fire rod or the fucking, I don't know, the bombs, anything, like it's... Link does everything. Named characters that have a series of adventures that follow their tale tend to do a little bit of everything. They do not tend to be hyper-specialized. And Geralt has magic, alchemy, different swords. Okay, so maybe he doesn't use, like, ranged shit ever. He does think first, preparing for each battle. Yeah. The thing is, I also don't think it should be, like, if you're a warrior who just... Your personality is you sit down and strategize before you go into battle. I don't think that automatically makes you a specialist either. But it is kind of difficult to categorize that, you know. Geralt seems like a generalist to me because he does both. He specializes in literally doing both of these types of approaches or skills or wait, like he does everything. His job is to be good at approaching all of these phenomena or whatever the fuck it is, right? He's a witcher. I don't know anything about the Witcher, but like, isn't that his job? Is to be, he takes care of any of this shit that's like out of line magically or paranaturally or whatever the fuck it is. So his job is to do it all. Which in that setting would be way more, what do you call it? I might have a misconception of what The Witcher is. I have been meaning to get into it, but it's kind of like the Thief games and the fucking... God, the backlog is so big. Oh... Rick! Rick! There he is. When are you gonna do the event, Rick? think first room. Okay, how about a distinction where one class can specialize in anything but only one or two things, and it's like a hammer and all his problems are nails for him, and the other class can do one job, but he's got a ton of tools available at all times, and he can't really specialize in one tool too much. That's like, yeah, specialist versus generalist. But like, that's the thing, is that half of the dudes on this list, like, I guess it's what their primary thing is? But that's the quantifying, like, what do they do the most, what percentage of their actions and skill sets, and that's... oh, God. Anyway, I could probably see Geralt knowing... I don't know, but he also seems like he's got magic. Like, he's a very magic-y dude. He's a wizard. I guess if you can't be a wizard. You're not allowed to be magic class if you do not latently possess magic yourself. Actually, it depends on how the mechanics of the world work, I guess. The lore. Whether magic's one of those things that people are like, you're either born with it or you're not. Maybe she's born with it. Maybe it's Maybelline. What's the next? Oh yeah, we're gonna wait for grapes. We need a mushroom for the 9th. Or maybe I'll bring an apple. Doctor likes grasses? I think so. He acts like it's impossible to get them, and every time I bring him one, he looks very happy. I hope he likes them. Despite seeming very happy when I bring him one, it does seem to take him... his heart level goes nowhere. Oh my god. Like, I've been bringing him grasses, and he's been looking very happy, and yet it takes 2 seasons, right? To get his ass up to a green heart. He has just now popped green heart. Meanwhile, I don't even talk to Cliff. I gave him some bamboo shoots in the spring, and then I talked to him like middle of summer. He's at yellow heart already, and it's like, what? Why? Why are you so starved for affection? I guess he's, I mean, there might be something I'm not understanding, but do these guys actually have different, like, affection growth rates? They've got, like, different growth rates on their affection, and some guys are inherently harder to woo than others. Okay, that's fine, I guess, but I just wish I knew for sure that was what's going on here, because it doesn't make sense unless that's the case. Or perhaps the reactions don't feel... The feedback you're getting for what present you're giving the dude doesn't feel correct. I guess I'm able to talk to Cliff more, but you would think giving presents would do way more than just talking to somebody, considering the value. But I mean, maybe Kai's right. Maybe it's not the... what did Kai say? It's not the value of the gift, it's the fact that you did shit at all. Is that the moral of the story? I don't... Yeah, but Doctor is, like, always at work, and so you can't talk to him until past 4 p.m. until he's at such a heart level that you can enter the clinic past working hours, which I think is blue heart minimum, maybe green. So like, what the fuck? Naturally, just by his schedule alone, the Doctor's harder to woo. If that's the case. Which I think may be the case. Alright, time to ask Goats what our next goal is. Ooh. He's probably still up in the mountains. Okay, we will chop wood while we wait for Goats to ask. no. Oh no! Okay, Bacchus, you know what you actually ought to do? Let me eat that mushroom. Okay, you ought to, instead of having like one or the other, right? Like warrior, mercenary, and then ranger specialist, and then wizard, I guess. You ought to make one of those political alignment charts. And all of your classes ought to be on the fucking like the class alignment chart. Vectors. What's the next upgrade, mister? Oops, I didn't mean to. I meant to ask about what it is. Okay, 47370. Why is it less fucking lumber and less fucking money than the chicken coop? That is insane. That's fucking nuts. Are you saying you're gonna do a shittier job and use less material to make my house twice as fucking big as you spent making my fucking chicken coop twice as big? It's a chicken coop! I can't believe, you know what, yeah, okay, fine. I live in a shittier shack than a chicken coop. Thanks for the discount. Maybe it's like return customer discount. Like, okay, yeah, that's a relief, I guess. Why is the first price so prohibitively high to getting into? I remember as a kid, I just said, all right, you know, this upgrading shit, just the chicken coop, and I didn't know you could upgrade your house for a really long time because I didn't see any other options on the upgrade list. So it's like, I just kind of thought, oh, he only upgrades your chicken coop, and it's really expensive, and I don't even, I barely want to take care of 5 chickens, so I'm just gonna ignore it. And like, I don't know. I think the chicken coop upgrade ought to be honestly half as much as they have it at. Yeah, I'd say half as much. I know that chickens are decently lucrative, but like... I don't know. I don't think it's that big a deal. The first year does feel like kind of a slog. But once you get rolling, especially if you're gonna be friends with the harvest sprites, the game is just absolutely steamrollable. So it's... I don't understand why the chicken coop is such a high gate for new players. Because it's only a high gate for new players. It's a little bit tedious for returning players, but it's just like disproportionately expensive for some reason compared to afterwards. And shit that you honestly should be able to do in tandem. Maybe this is why they expect you to have a house by winter? It's like, oh, the next one's actually very cheap and easy to get. Oh. Maybe that is the fucking plot. Hello? Yep. Wait, I came up here to cut wood. Okay. I think the Lord is giving me a sign. I got hit by another storm. I'll let the crop die and go back to having fun. Yeah. I mean, yeah. I don't know what the balance is in Rune Factory 1. I remember it being hard to find a balance between shit I actually wanted to go do and shit that actually facilitated being able to go do shit I wanted. I wonder how Dottie got here. You know, I just remembered. Our dog is a boy dog, and I named it the girl dog name. Whoops! Should have named him Joey. My bad. Harvest Festival. Okay. I'm gonna save my game, but I am going to keep fast tracking actually. Until Serenade forces me to quit. Which won't go on very long, I promise. I'm excited for video game today. Unless something bad happened. You said something about your, what was it? Something bad happened to your PS2 setup? But I thought maybe it was just like a little bit of something bad and not like catastrophic failure. It's a holiday, so I'll probably go late today. Okay. You fixed it! Yay! Okay. That's good. What a relief. I'm just gonna let the center one sit around being a center potato. Because it doesn't really change. Whether you get the extra cash now or you get the extra cash at the end of the season. Guess I could do it now, but I kind of like the- I like the plot integrity a little bit better. I'll think of it as like a sign, like one of those little signs you put in the field to tell you what's growing there. This house upgrade is the only unbalanced thing I've seen so far. It's stupid expensive, and it allows you to access all types of crafting. Yeah, I remember getting the house somehow. I don't know if I cheated. I don't remember how I got it. We'll see. I probably cheated. I can't remember if that's when I had my DS... What is it? Action replay? Because I definitely had one of those, because I definitely had the alien tree in Wild World. It's just the tree, but like inverted. Fixed it, talk about it later. I hate Sony. Snoy! Yeah, mood. They were once kinda cool actually, but now Silence brand! Oops. right, it's Wednesday. So far I struggle to conceptualize a class alignment chart, although it would be cool. It would be kind of neat. I mean, rather than having like an equal number of symmetry for each one, it's just like legally distinct classes. But I guess it doesn't, like, if the goal is just classes that are different enough, I still think doing it on a case-by-case basis is probably fine. And the overarching category is like... God. The urge to just let everybody be a free-for-all build and pick and choose. Whatever class they end up with is the class that... That's always what I thought would be kind of interesting. Although probably a mess and highly cheesable, like definitely some shit that would... People would be breaking that. It would be broken. But just kind of wondering if, like, there was no gating on any of these particular techniques, only the higher levels of certain techniques. Oh my god, he didn't even open the door. Excuse me?! Okay. It just took him a minute. Okay. I look what? Oh my god, why is he like this? I can't believe the doctor has a muscle mommy fetish! Holy shit! Not only that. Ooh! Ooh! I can snoop! I can snoop! Ooh! Damn, he's got good wallpaper. Foreign languages, holy shit. Multilingual. What a cute bed! Oh my god, he's got the cutest bed I've ever seen! Can I marry this man just to take his fucking decor? I like his couches, I like his cute fucking table, I like his nice little fireplace, and his nice wall, and his nice rug, and his nice bedspread! Holy shit! I want to live here! This is way nicer than my shack! In fact, I don't want to live here, I just want to trade beds. I want to trade the bed, I want to take the rug, I want to take the little table, maybe the fireplace. Yeah, fucking... You know what? I want to take maybe the... Whoa, there's another bed in there. Is this his? Wait, whose room's that? Who lives here? Does Ellie sleep here? There's teddy bears. What am I running into? It's locked. Is this a child's room? Is this a girl's room? What is the story? What is the lore? God, this is fascinating. What the fuck? I want... Can I fucking buy your bed sheets off of you? They're really cute! Damn, why wasn't that one of the alternate palettes you could choose when they made it to where you could buy different interiors for your farmhouse? Why didn't they do Classic Mineral Town, Clinic, second floor? I am fond of that! Sigh. Alright, why the fuck isn't Rick showing up? I've got a hen house. I've got room for 5 chickens, unless he wants to drop off 10 fucking chickens or something. How many chickens does this man need me to take care of? Have enough room for the chickens. One day come by your farm and ask you to raise chickens. Choose the first option and he will be very happy. I wonder if it has something to do with, like, maybe it needs to be in the spring. Maybe I was supposed to have the coop by summer. What a pain in the ass. What a pain in my egg. Default, not a freeform system. You can multi-class, but by default it's not a freeform system. The Discord Schizo is doing a freeform system, but it's not my style. In fact, I do have an idea of how to spice up multi-classing just for the 2 magicless classes, but it needs too much context to explain, so I'll just have to present it as is when I fully fledge it. Fair. Okay, fully multi-classing the 2 magicless classes. What do you mean 2? There's only 2? Wait, does this mean there's a class that has the caveat written into it that you are not allowed to take another multi-class unless it's a class that does, like, in order to be one of these as your main class, you are not allowed to take any subclass, which includes magic shit. Oh, fighter and ranger. Oh, I see. Wait, so there's wizard, and then there's cleric, and then there's... If you want all the fighter bonuses, you have to keep picking fighter on level up, but the point is to make you actually want to do it and not pick some magical levels. I would have to engage with it. I think it gets to the point where it's like, well, that could work. I think I'd be fine with that. I'd largely be fine with a lot of shit, actually. I guess the truth of the matter is there's probably not a best way, it's just what way you like best. No. Sports. Rick, give me your chickens. You're not Rick. Yes, I'll bring a mushroom or something. I gotta bring something good so everybody likes me more. I need all the fucking help I can get, Rick. Oh, maybe an egg. You know what, if it's actually produce from my farm, I think it makes everyone even happier, maybe? So, I'll bring a golden egg, because you know what? That's special. That's special. That means something. Get out of here. The point is to make you actually want to do it, not pick some magical levels. There's wizards, clerics, shamans, and shaman adjacents, monks. Also magical in a sense, or at least not realistic. And probably some other classes that I'll add down the line. Oh boy. It's a magic-biased world, I see. Humph! Okay. The chicken will definitely lay an egg tomorrow, so I'll ship this one. Watch the chicken run out of gold eggs tomorrow. Like tomorrow's the day that the I won the festival wears off. I wonder if that ever wears off? Although I saw a screen cap of some guy that had like the whole hen house was full of golden eggs, so it probably doesn't wear off. Okay, 146, not bad. We gotta get 370, I think. it should be possible before winter. I hope, I think, maybe. Whoops. Let's see, I know Serenade was saying it for fun, but have you tried planting seeds in the cave? We did. I save stated, it doesn't work, nothing happens, you can't even water those squares. They are actually a completely different type of tile. Yeah. It would have been kind of cool. But I mean, even if you had been able to plant them, I think the mine levels are hard, like they reset. They will reset, even if you could plant and water them, you would leave and come back and it would be gone. Ain't no fucking way, you know. He said he was impressed that they're actually different and not just reused the exact same shit as in the fields, considering the Tuzma. Oh my god. Fuck. Is he not? Okay, Rick next. Can't remember what day the wine harvest is on. Chop this wood, I'm gonna do the harvest festival, and then I'm gonna quit. Let's see. Problem is, even having just Fighter and just Ranger as magicless classes is already a big roadblock, hence why I'm doing the poll, because fuck if I know how to distinguish 4 different classes without giving them magic, because this one uses a sword and this one uses a bow isn't a class distinction. Well, this one teleports and this one uses fire isn't a class distinction either if you want to do that. Because, like, that's just a mage. All mages just do magic stuff. I can pick up either of these things right now IRL, the universe doesn't even- doesn't stop me from it. There has to be something more to it. I don't know. Because if people who practice- like, okay, so if magic is baked into your system in such a way that it is a factor of the universe, and nobody's technically prevented from just deciding, I've decided today I am going to study fire magic, and I am going to be a fire mage, right? It's the time put into it that makes you the best at it. To the point of, like, shunning other professions. At that point, you know, classes don't actually matter if you think of it the other way, and time sync shouldn't be implicit, and everybody should just be able to multi-class or freeform. Talk to everybody. Actually, hang on, let me. I hope it's good. Fish is good! Mmm, fish. Wait, we dragged Grandma out here for the chicken festival, but not for the... Oh no. Karen, no! But not for the hot pot festival. No, Karen! Oh my god. Alright. Oh. I hope this... Oh god. Yay! It worked. Was it good? What did you think? Ooh! Fish. Who brought fish? Wait, there's still soup in the pot though. Just have another bowl. It's not... Maybe Ellie brought the fish, which is kind of weird because that's... She mentioned fish. Like, other people were like, eh, fish. And then Ellie's like, fish. If she brought fish, this is just another Frankenstein holdover from her 64 counterpart, whose dad was a fisherman, so she likes fishing, I think, if I remember correctly. Like, she happens to know how to fish. Every fucking time. Somebody stop her. Sir, it's like midnight. Don't do that. You'll die. Additionally, I want to chop the wood, and then I will call it a day, I think. There has to be something more to it. That's why I'm doing different ways of doing magic. Well, I mean, a bow and a sword are very different ways of being physical. And not magic. The initial reason why I'm doing my own game instead of just fixing some rules in D&D, a wizard has to be distinct from a cleric and a shaman, hence all the gods and shit. Yeah, I think that if you hammer out the mechanism of how it interacts, it's distinct on its own in that way. I feel like I made mine relatively distinct without having a pantheon, but I think the pantheon's interesting too. Like, it's fun. All the different ways of distinctifying shit's fun. I just don't understand why it's hard to distinctify magicless classes, because it's like, it's literally... It's like, okay, you've got people who specialize in defusing bombs, and you've got people that specialize in pouring concrete, but they're both physical things, and anybody could operate the fucking bomb clippers, and anybody could operate the cement mixers, so it's like, these are space just the same things. Like, no. It's very different. Like, I don't understand why specialists in different physical, non-magic mediums is such a hard concept to grasp. Pantheon is needed because for clerics to gain spells from gods, there need to be gods. And these gods, in turn, have to be tied to certain spells to make them distinct. Also... Wait a minute. I'm gonna die. Maybe. Wait. Should have not taken the thing out of my bag. I think it reset the fucking stump. Jesus. I'm getting up way too late. I'm definitely gonna sleep late tomorrow. But that's okay. Unless it was the one day Rick was supposed to show up. How much wood do I have? Getting there. The reason why it's hard to distinguish between physical things is because any distinction isn't as big of a deal as a distinction between having magic and not having magic. I mean, I think it's fine for physical classes and magical classes to be largely distinct, but I don't think that means that there's not much distinction between physical classes, because it's just as specialized as being good at using certain tools. Which every single specialist class in real life is a non-magical specialist class in something, so there you go! And if certain types of magic don't necessarily exclude each other, only certain types do, completely, I mean, then like, yeah, sure, a warrior can pick up a bow, but what's he best at? Is that a subclass situation? It seems like it's a subclass situation, or, you know, whatever. But it's literally just the exact same thing as specializing in a certain field of magic, pouring your entire dedication into it. Is a time sink more than it's a, well, now that you've learned how to do this magic, you're not allowed to do this other magic, because there's a lot of that too, where you're allowed to do more than one type of magic. There's nothing like, these gods don't hate each other necessarily, it's just that you've really invested in this, and maybe even changed some of your wiring to be best at this. Like, you just get it, your brain's just wired this way now. I think the same thing can be true for, like, people that are hardcore dedicated to their physical tool, or physical pursuit. You know, that's why, like, think about it, like, also, like, the taxi cab drivers doing the brain scans, and their entire fucking brain changes shape because of how much they specialize in a certain task, right? They're very slated for doing that shit now. That kind of shit. It's not just magic that causes that kind of thing, I don't think. Repetition and dedication and time is, like, the implicit thing that makes it a class. Or a specialization, you know, a category that excludes other things because you chose this one. Reason why it's hard to distinguish magic, not having magic. I don't know how to put it. There's not inherent difference between specializing and hitting someone with a sword and shooting someone with a bow. Take your earlier example, teleporting versus casting fireball. Two types of wizard spells, but they're wizard spells and are cast in a wizardy way, so they're parts of subclasses. Cleric cast in a completely different way. Okay, so all those different subclasses are wizard subclasses? So wizard would be the main class, and then whether or not you're an elemental wizard or what was the teleportation? Summoner. So elemental and summoner are subclasses, and wizard is just the class. Yeah? Sorry, yeah? Okay. That makes it even easier, in my opinion. I don't understand what the problem is! Shit. I mean, I guess it... No, yeah, no. I mean, maybe if it's like how many different weight classes, but like, there's a lot of weapons in the world, you know? How do you distinguish between two physical classes then? Operating a pair of chopsticks is an entirely different skill set than operating a battle axe. Operating a fucking bulldozer is a completely different set of brain lobe development than brain, like actual doing heart surgery with a scalpel, right? It's completely fucking different. If we are going to consider the specialization in magic a laser-focused specialization in a set of tools that happen to be magic, then the laser focus in physical classes needs to be the set of tools which are physical and, you know, within that range. And then if the type of tool is summoning magic, the type of tool is battle axe. And then all of the techniques you can do underneath that are the different things you can do with summoning magic, right? All of the, you know, type of fucking axe twirl, shifting of weight, I don't know, stance, fucking, I don't know, you know, all your skill set, your moves. It's like, it's the exact same thing. And like, what stance you use, what approach you take, what type of damage you're able to do, etc., is different from somebody wielding a fucking, should be balanced differently for someone wielding a battle axe than someone wielding, say, you know, a dagger. So it's completely different. Yeah, okay, dude with battle axe can pick up a dagger and he can flail that thing around real good, but I don't know. Can the guy who uses a dagger usually pick up a fucking battle axe and get that good with it? Can the guy who's big brawny used a battle axe have the right set of fucking stats? Is he dexterous enough to use that dagger in a precise way to score a critical hit on a challenge battle where you're not supposed to fucking annihilate what you're fighting? You have to hit a very specific target. It's different. It's really different. So I'd say those are like the same. If Fireball and Teleport is a wizard class, then those guys are in the fucking melee class. What was it? Warrior? Melee? Physical? Yeah. Why is it not a subclass? Why is what not a subclass? Just like teleports versus fireballs. You said that Summoner is a subclass and Elemental Wizard is a subclass under Wizard as a class. So if the class is physical class, then is melee class, then Dagger and Axe are subclasses. So I'd say like Warrior and, I don't know, what do you want to call him? Rogue, Thief, Stabby guy. Like at that point, it seems like a issue of semantics labeling more than a functionality issue. But I want to have two physical classes, who each will have subclasses. Yeah, okay, so I don't understand why Ranger isn't. Why is Ranger? So what you're saying is that your issue is that when you have these two physical classes where you consider melee and range, your problem is that the guy with the battle axe can just pick up a gun, and now he's a ranger. Okay, I guess he can be just as good with that gun under your system as somebody who's specialized in ranger as a class. That's a bit strange. I'd say that's odd. I would say that's probably going against the implicit time sink and the implicit changing of brain formation mentioned earlier with the taxi drivers that it takes to actually be considered a class in something. Like, I don't see the problem. Why is that 2 classes and not 2 subclasses of 1 class? Semantics, I guess. If you think that deciding to believe in yourself creates enough of a different playstyle than believing in gods creates enough of a different playstyle with the way these things are cast, and like choosing whether or not to do something at melee or at range is not enough of a distinction, maybe there should only be 3 quote-unquote classes. But I'm pretty sure the physical classes in that case will have a lot of subclasses. So it might balance out that way if you'd prefer not to categorize it like that. Anyway, I'd say, why is you choose a bow or an axe and specialize in one, not 2 subclasses? Why is that 2 classes and not subclasses of 1 class? I would say, again, it's the same reason a guy who's a fucking pro race car driver is not in the same, like, atmospheric field as a guy who is a surgeon and uses a scalpel. It's just really fucking different. It's, like, inherently a different set of skills, even though they are both highly specialized things. Like, one of them prioritizes, like, you know, it's just what does it prioritize? And my distinction when in combat is, are you up front or are you at range? Is the first biggest positioning distinction on a battlefield and for playstyle is positioning. Do you prefer to be what everyone considers the easiest one, where you don't have to think as much because you got bigger defense and health, go up there and just attack shit, right? Warrior, melee, or do you prefer to, like, there's 2 big main play styles. Do you want to be right up in shit's face or do you want to be hanging back? Melee and ranger is like, I'm pretty sure that's why that's such a distinction. Inherently, I suppose all magic classes are technically rangers, though, to a degree. So maybe maybe your magic classes belong in the ranger category, actually. If you would like to categorize it that way. Second question is, how warrior with a bow different from ranger with a bow? Warrior with a bow doesn't have any of the... I assume if he's a warrior with a bow. What do you mean warrior? Because you said melee, so if you... when you use the word warrior, are you not implicitly defining some... like, what do you mean by warrior? You mean melee fighter with a bow? I assume he sucks at using a bow because he doesn't use a bow usually. He specialized in doing melee stuff. Does he punch people with the bow? Maybe he holds it in one end and hits people with it. What do you mean? You're saying a meleeer who uses a bow, because you can say warrior and conflate the terminology and make it confusing, but I don't think that's what you mean, and it's not what I mean at all. I guess I just want to prove retards on the internet that warrior and ranger can be actually distinct. Well, I mean, yes, they can. Most games actually have generalists, and I kind of think retards on the internet, like, okay, not, you've been asking people, I don't want to call out anybody on your list. Ignore the list, I'm not even thinking about the list. But most people conflate this shit because there's so many characters that are given an arbitrary title, but they're actually a protagonist, which means they're a special chosen one. They're a special chosen one by that setting's god who's good at everything, and they do everything. Whatever the player wants to do, they can facilitate that playstyle because they're a fucking chosen one. They're a vehicle for fun. They're not actually a fucking... And yeah, they can have story writing and be like a deep character and everything, but 9 times out of 10, it's hard to nail a class down on characters that have variable playstyle to suit a player's interest because everybody's different and that's what their job was, is to be a generalist. Maybe the narrative gives them kind of a fucking, you know, specificity in the lore, but they're generalists 9 times out of 10 so that the player can do whatever they want and have fun. So retards on the internet, yes, warrior and ranger can be actually distinct. actually distinct. It's actually not that hard if you just ignore the random conflations of like narrative versus mechanics that keeps happening in fucking video games and stories and shit. Let's focus on range versus melee. What am I supposed to do with a whole bunch of stealth melee assassins on the list? Stealth melee assassins. That sounds like they are melee. I suppose they're indirect combat, but they're not at range. So it sounds like they are melee. Do you think I should make them a third class? I mean, not a whole class to themselves. It sounds like they are melee. Melee brute, melee weakling, melee... Wait, melee brute, melee weakling... Ranged? I mean, that sounds like, yeah. I guess identifying, like, the major ways you can approach a combat situation. The problem is that there's so many. But it does kind of seem like, besides being at range and being up in something's face, you know, what else can you do, right? Being at range is sort of, well, actually, wizards just do whatever the fuck they want. They can, if you do the fucking armored skin shit, you can be up in something's face. Magic breaks the rules. Magic's magic. Let's see. Good night, MK. Have a good nap. I'll be putting by warrior. I mean someone who engages in war for a living. Well, that could be any of these people. It could be that could be a mage, a melee fighter, or a ranger. Hell, that could be some fucking fat cat somewhere who doesn't actually engage in war for a living. They just profiteer off of it. Technically, you are a warrior, mercenary warrior, head captain of a group that doesn't actually dirty your own hands with fighting. Call yourself a warrior if you want to, by that, engaging in war. I think you mean fighting, like fighting at all, combat. Yeah. They're melee, but they're clearly distinct from the human, fighter, two-handed sword, heavy armor. Well, wait. Warrior is melee that is distinct from human, fighter, two-handed sword, heavy armor? How? No, wait, you must have you must have meant the assassin guys, or the little sword shadow guys. Anyway, I don't understand how it's so difficult. I just don't. Think about if because it's like when it comes to magic, what's important for distinctifying the class to magic to you? Apply the same metric to what's important to distinctifying physical non-magic classes. If the only difference between a fire mage and a fucking teleportation or summoner mage is what they decided to specialize in, the magic tool they decided to alter their brain shape to learn really, really good at, that should be the same for the tool used by any other class that they decided to focus on so hard they altered their brain shape. That's what their class is. Focusing on something so hard it alters your goddamn physiology because you're that good at it, that's probably a class, in my opinion. If you're a physical class and not a magical class, that means the physical tool with which you engage in combat with is the thing that is your class. You specialize with it, and you have, to a degree, things that are similar enough to slightly side grade, but large changes will not come naturally to you because your brain's shaped for the one thing, not this other thing you never did before. I don't think it's hard. You're making my life harder right now. This rate, I'll need to buy another notebook. Yes, my true plan was to make Bacchus so confused he has to continue buying notebooks. Because I can only live vicariously through him, I promised I'd stop buying notebooks. I've got too many. Are you autistic? How are you autistic if you can't be autistically particular to a fault? I am! I don't understand why you don't understand how this particularity is not something oh my god. Let me try again. Let me try the words again. The words fucked up halfway through. The way mages work and why they get to be now that I know that wizard is the main class and all these different wizard types you've been talking about are subclasses, it becomes even clearer to me that yes, that means we just need melee and ranged. because those are the only two-way physical classes engage in combat, is either at an arm's length or right up in their faces. These are the two main distinctions of physical non-magic melee. Not melee, the two non-magic classes. The main distinction, the large distinction, their approach to combat is up in the face or at range. Varying degrees of at arm's length. So I guess it's a sliding scale. I guess you could put everybody into like physical non-magic class. Well, that's the thing though, is if you want to say, well, that's the thing, right? If you want to say wizards are magical and they work this way for this arbitrary reason, not gods, that's why they're wizards, and clerics work this way for this arbitrary reason, they are clerics, gods, then why can't it be the distinction for the other side of the aisle? Melee fighters are this distinction because up close, and rangers are this distinction because at range, from whence they derive their entire premise of approach and technique. You know, like with the magic gods and like with the magic not gods, the entire premise of how they go about their technique is literally the fucking distance, or at which, I don't know. That's just how my brain thinks about it. If we're trying to do a hard class system, my brain has no problem distinctifying melee, range, and then all this magic shits over here. What would be the class bonuses for them, though? That make the game more fun than just hitting shit? Well, if you're choosing a class where you just hit shit, I assume that is the fun of the game for you. Like, if that's your primary objective in a game is to choose a class, if you're gravitating towards a complex... I mean, more fun. What do you mean more fun? What are the things that make the game more fun for the other classes than just blowing shit up with fireballs or shooting them with an arrow? Or whatever clerics do. You're right that people want to play a class that just hits shit good. See, in the subclass of melee, there could be someone who hits shit's more technical, has a harder to wield weapon, or has stranger skills, or different techniques, or, you know, other conflation Venn diagram shit with other more technical stuff within the subclasses of melee. Like, I think a melee dude, there's a difference between a guy using a fucking club and a dude using a halberd. If those are two subclasses, you might want to, you know, weapon type. Yeah, I don't understand. What's more fun? You're right that people want to play blah blah, but they almost always end up complaining that all they do is just hit shit. Yeah, all I do is just shoot shit. Let's posit another option. Let's say there's a class called Master. Wait, when people complain all they do is just hit shit, that's what subclasses are for, though. Actually, that doesn't make any sense now that I think about it. Why is the main class wizard and your subclass a type of wizard? Instead of your subclass being... You can either double down on magic and be, like, super fucking good at magic, or you can, like, kind of branch out a little bit and maybe be a spell sword or something, which solves the issue of people being like, no, I only hit shit, I want to do something kind of cool, like maybe I want to do half magic. You know, I don't know. Let's say there's a class called Master. You choose whatever weapon you want, whatever skill you want from the list, and whatever armor, and then you specialize in what you chose and only that, and no one in the game is better than you at that shit. That sounds like an interesting system. Is that, like, also alongside this other stuff, or is that just, like, the whole system? It's very simple. I think it could work. I do think some people might figure out a way to, like, totally break the combos, because that's what happens when you do freeform stuff, which is... I think it's interesting in and of itself, but if you have, like, PvP, you've got to care about balance more than that. But, I like I like the idea. I think it's a fun idea, especially for PvE. What could be another non-magical class who's distinct from that somehow? Huh? Another non-magical class who's distinct from that somehow. Oh, you meant only melee stuff? Whatever, you choose whatever weapon you want, whatever skill you want, whatever armor, and specialize in what you chose and only that? Oh, I was under the impression Master would be its own fucking thing, or you could choose from any of the pools, including wizards. What could be another non-magical class who's distinct from that somehow? Whatever weapon you want, whatever skill you want, whatever armor. No one in the game is better than you at that shit. You can choose bow, and your skill can be tracking. But all non-magical. Okay. Well, that doesn't make any sense. I guess that makes sense? No? Well, you're giving this in isolation, but the problem is, if you say you can choose whatever weapon you want, whatever skill you want, and whatever armor, and only specialize in that, the skill would have to be linked to the weapon. Maybe even the armor would have to be linked to the movement style that facilitates being best at that weapon. Otherwise, you can just put all of your wizards and clerics into the same list and say people can mix and match there too, however they want, regardless of what the setting says, because mechanically it should work together. But for some arbitrary reason it can't. This would mechanically be a mess, and that would lore-wise be a mess. So similarly, I don't think it's a very good idea if that's the caveat. But if you limit the skill list to the weapon that you choose, and you limit the armor class that complements the weapon, you are still creating a categorization that probably tends to facilitate melee versus ranged. Because these things simply happen to tend to go together. I think daggers and range probably have a conflation with simplified stats because they use similar stats in a lot of cases. But it doesn't have to be linked, but your choice may well be suboptimal. The logic is on the player in this case. Yeah, I'm saying that, like, in that case, wizards and clerics are kind of like the baby-gated class, where you have someone holding your hand and you're not allowed to stray from a path that works. And then non-magic classes would be that you're allowed to fuck yourself in the ass if you like, because we're not going to predefine these channels of specialism that work together already, inherently. They have to be linked, but your choice may be suboptimal. The logic's on the player in this case, so like you can pick two-handed sword and stealth may not work together. But your choice, bro. Yeah, that's the idea of this theoretical case. Why is it only for melee then? Why is it only for melee and range and physical non-magic in that case? And in what backstory would it end up making sense that it goes along that line? Because that's kind of like what the idea of the class is, right? Is it's a pre-baked predetermination of a character's experiences that naturally, like, right? If you say your character, if you choose like a character class for like a ranger, presumably whatever past your character had, it was full of a lot of archery training, right? That's the idea, I thought. And naturally, I mean, if you pick a bow and heavy armor for whatever reason, okay, I guess. I think people in that case would start bitching, why can't we do that for magic? Like, why can't I be a cleric that knows how to lob fireballs? Or why can't I something. May not work together, but your choice, bro. The idea of this theoretical class doesn't have to be melee. You can pick bow and heavy armor for whatever reason, but it's magicless because the idea is to give options for people who don't want to have magic. The reason why it's not done for magical classes is because they've got other special features. You okay?
Yeah.
What's up?
Not sure.
It turned into a... I'm sorry, I'm trying to parse what the fuck's going on here. The reason why it's not done for magical classes is because they've got other special features. You can mix the classes if you want, but on level 2 you'll have only level 1 features of 2 different classes. Wait, for magic or master class? You can be master wizard? What? Yeah, okay, I guess that makes sense. I meant for, like, magic classes. Oh, so somebody can choose to be a wizard cleric? I thought that kinda... wait. Are there any combinations that are kind of forbidden? Because I thought the lore kinda made some of these seem like they'd be hard to combine. Otherwise, it'll depend on personal circumstances. I mean, choosing something of a wizard class and then choosing something of a cleric class with a known god that dislikes the wizard class you are also trying to be feels like the same thing as choosing, like, I want to be a stealth archer but use heavy armor. It feels like there should be some kind of, like, there's a reason why it shouldn't work. In theory, you can, but should you? If the same detriments exist for clerics and wizards, I don't have any qualms with the conundrum that masters face, I guess. But that's still like a mix and match kind of class rather than anything distinct. It's like both of the non-magics, and you can be both of the magics if magic, but it's not necessarily always advisable, so it seems like we now have 6 classes. Melee, range, master, whatever, fucking both magic, fucking fool, and a wizard and cleric. And then some variant combination between both. Monk! It really does seem more like classes end up being especially considering half magic classes or however much magic certain classes uses, and yeah, definitely like specialists that do both range and melee. It really does seem more like it's a political alignment chart than it's a fucking hard-ass, like you'll go into the fucking ranger class and be like, okay, this guy throws daggers, but he can stab people, so 90% of what he does is throwing shit, but technically he can stab somebody, so he's got like 10% of, there's always a little bit of crossover, but I think it's like, does that mean not a single wizard can heal anybody because healing is a cleric thing, so not a single warrior can throw a spear because that's a ranger thing, kind of stuff. What the full class features would be? I don't know. I just think it's really funny that he can choose to be like, alright, I am a wizard, but also I'm going to try and gain the favor of this god who I know hates me. Why would you? Why? Why would you do that? Not in a jester way, but like in the tarot way. Well, I mean, I think that the tarot fool is, I know it means more like, sometimes it's the journeyman, I think, or apprentice or something. If I remember correctly. Because fool is like a very rough translation of inexperienced, I guess. So, you know, a young, inexperienced fool, he dares to... He doesn't know any better. He didn't think he was doing anything wrong. Fauna's over here like, oh, I like him. A tarot fool is the start of the journey. She was like, I didn't know I was doing anything wrong. I think he's got a point. Alright, I've been sitting here talking for a while. Actually, let me save a state also, just to be safe. Alright, I gotta go. I'm hungry. I will go check out what you post in the server subsequently. Also, sorry for confusing you and necessitating the purchase of more books. Whoops. I defend Ranger as a legally distinct, non-magical class in the physical realm, distinct from melee. Who pressed the 5 button? When did that happen? Punching the fucking chair so hard it's pressing keys on your keyboard across the room.
Stop.
Whoops. Alright, that's gonna be it for today. I'm looking forward to Silent Hill tonight. And, food. Yeah. So I hope everybody's been having a good week. Good luck to Bacchus and his class endeavors. Despite my lawyering. And, conversations with you are always useful. Aw. Yeah, but have a good night. Bye. Hope everyone has a good rest of their week, good rest of your day, good rest of your life. And with that, I'm gonna say God bless and bye!